Perfect. Welcome, you guys. Welcome to you at home who is going to be listening later. I just want to let you know, the lovely participants here, that I'm recording it and it only records my face and nothing else, so that don't have to worry about ever being on the screen because it doesn't even see you on the recorded version. But just wanted to cover that off. Right, so for the first thing, welcome to tonight's Optimism Plus Zoom event. It's brought about from many conversations lately where a lot of people that I've been touching in with have been really finding things really intense lately, and very stressful, right? So tonight is going to be in 3 sections. The first part will be a download that I have received with regards to our current place in the timeline in New Zealand, and also us as kind of humans in the whole scheme of everything right now. So that will be our first port of call, is our little download. And the second part will be, we're going to be connecting and resetting a part of your subconscious, a deep subconscious, which can hold the very powerful beliefs and repetitive patterns of our thoughts and processes and our fears. So if you've been finding yourself struggling to get out of a negative mindset or something that's unhelpful, just a bit of a routine space that you don't want to be in, delving into the subconscious is a great place to get things moving, and a lot of doors opening into other areas that where you can go new. And the third part of tonight will be, I'll be guiding you through a very profound activation meditation. It's designed to connect you with you and a future which you'll bring in to your subconscious experience, and the subconscious experiences it in the right now and right here. So we're going to connect you out of what you've been experiencing and into something which you would rather be experiencing, and have you have a real experience of that. And what that does in the greater scheme of things and how we live our human lives is, once we experience something once, we can experience it again and again and again. And when we use that same experience and we plant it into the subconscious, it goes into the library where all our beliefs and patterns and conscious patternings reside, and it can change it up. So you can keep coming back to that in a much more natural way. How does that sound? Yay, great. So the first part is, I need to let you know that for this event tonight, you will need a pen or a pencil and a piece of paper. So if you haven't got one now, go and run off and grab a piece of paper or a scrap piece of paper, enough to write 2 to 3 sentences on, and a pen or a pencil. So I'll give you a little bit of time to run off and do that. And for those who are people on here live, just want you, when you get back, just give me a yes, I'm back, so I know that you're back. So go off and get yourself a pen and a paper and a glass of water. A pen, a piece of paper, and a glass of water. Great. Excellent. Just wait for a few more people too. Love it. Great. Wonderful. So now you've got your pen and your piece of paper and a drink of water. Off we go. So this was a little checked in, a download that I received the other day. At the moment, we as humans are in a big transition. And you might have heard this elsewhere, and this is my take on it. But we are in transition right now. The earth is in transition, but we are feeling a lot of stuff on the very personal level. Things are feeling really squeezy and can feel like there's so many things happening, you can't keep tabs on them all. But we are we're changing and transitioning away from a lot of patterns, like global patterns that have been around for a couple of 100+ years. Excuse me. Somebody else. So we are moving away from these old patterns and into a new way of behaving, a new way of seeing the whole entire world. And when we have our reality start breaking down, things will start triggering us in a very big way. Things that we start being aware of things and people and jobs and situations that are just not fulfilling us anymore, not filling us up. They're not serving us. And we get that discomfort that comes from like, yeah, that's not much fun anymore. I don't want to do this anymore, right? And you come to a place where you know what? No, this is grating me. It's just not flowing. And there you get the awareness, and then you get the body reaction. And then some people are poised to make a change or a decision. And as we're going through making a lot of these decisions, then we get to grow out of where we were. That's one thing that's been happening. We've also got another thing happening where internally that whole feeling, that deep knowing of things that we feel are good for us and other things that are not good for us, we're feeling that. But also we're dealing with, on that human scale, a whole lot of dialogue and seeing and hearing and just being aware of a whole lot of dialogue about a certain thing that's happening to a whole world right now. And we may plug into some of it, like we may agree to some part of it, and we may not agree with another part of it, or we might not agree with any of it. But there's part of us where we're just hearing it, and we're resonating on a different level to that. And it's making us really uncomfortable. And that's where we can get this feeling eventually of overwhelm. So overwhelm is, well, what can I do? What can I do? This is really like, in my ear. As we keep changing and we're becoming aware of these things we suddenly just start becoming aware of that we don't really like to continue anymore. Or maybe we think we're not going to put up with anymore. And we're like, well, you know what? I'm going to take a second look at this. And we start to think for the first time maybe, or, for taking a pausing moment for the first time in a long time. And you're like, yeah, maybe this is a different, like I would like to go in this particular way versus where I've been going. So there's so many people are coming into that place of I'm getting aware of stuff, and some people do not know what to do with that awareness. All they can do is feel this horrendous, it's almost like a cataclysmic kind of a intensity of stuff that's kind of moving all around you. You're like, oh my God, I've not been aware of this, and suddenly it feels like this whole cacophony is right in my face. So tonight we're going to share with you some tools that I really hope that you would love to keep coming back to and redoing again and again and applying whenever you feel it's good to do so. Because you can. That's the cool thing about the stuff I teach and share, is that you come back and you can use this again and again and again and again, anytime you like. So this next part is we're going in to connect you with this deeper part of you, this subconscious mind. Now, the thing about the subconscious mind is that it's always operating. And it's our storage house. I like to call it our CD library, because our CDs we can pull out and we can play a CD. So our beliefs and our thought processes and patterns are like a CD playing. It's like a whole lot. It's a playlist. So we've got this library, and we've collected this library along our whole life. We've learned stuff from our parents, our teachers, our peers, our brothers and sisters, our aunties and uncles. all along the way, we've collected beliefs, and some of them may be really helpful, and some of them weren't ours to begin with, but were taught to us and have ceased to be helpful anymore. And maybe they never were in the first place, but they were helpful for someone else who taught them to you. Our subconscious is going all the time. And the scientific background, the scientific study of it says our subconscious operates 95% of all of our thinking capabilities, our automatic habits and our reactions, 95%. And the conscious mind is responsible for the other 5%. So you can imagine that when you want to be different or feel different or go a different way about things, and you've got this little niggly feeling in the back of your head or the back of your heart saying you can't or it's not safe, that is much stronger than our conscious analytical mind saying, well, of course it's safe. It's 5% versus 95%. So you get a bit of a tug of war happening. So tonight we're going to tap in using a particular kind of a brain gym technique to access directly into that subconscious space. And going to go in and we're going to run one particular belief and reset it to be a more optimistic, a more empowering, and a more supportive belief. How does that sound? Cool. So what we're going to ask you to do is have a little sip of water, if you can. Those who have just arrived, grab yourself a drink of water, because you'll need a few sips through this session. Have a sip of water. And now we're going to ask you to, please, if you're seated, sit down. If you're standing, that's fine. We're going to imagine that you've got two halves of your brain. We've got the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere, or the right hemisphere and left hemisphere, for your view. You're right. So your left hemisphere and your right hemisphere. Okay, imagine the left hemisphere is sitting in the palm of your left hand, and relax it down beside you. And the right hemisphere of your brain is nestled in your right hand, and nestle that down beside you. Your palms are facing upwards, and just relax your shoulders and just have your arms relaxed by your sides, palms up. Now I'm going to get you to, in a moment, I'm going to ask you to take a deep, healthy breath in and all the way down to your stomach. So breathe it in through your nose and expand your tummy and let it out naturally. And take another deep breath in and expand your ribs and down to your tummy. And out. Let it out just naturally. One more deep breath. And out. Let it out. This helps to connect you to the calming space in your subconscious so you can access it more easily. And in a moment, I'm going to ask you just to close your eyes and say this sentence out loud in your own meaningful way, just once. And after you've said this just once, and you take a nice, just gentle deep breath in and out again, and let go. Okay, ready? Take a deep breath in and out. Closing your eyes, saying out loud, I am willing to change. I expect the best to happen. And close your eyes, let it go. And you might feel some pulling and pushing, a little bit of squeezing maybe, and just breathe. And your hands will be taken over by your subconscious brain, gently and naturally. They will want to come together towards the front of your body. Slowly or quickly, it doesn't matter. It's just however long it takes. And just breathe and be with it. Allow your hands to move of their own nature, slowly and gently coming towards each other like a magnet pull. Gently coming in, eventually coming closer and closer. Naturally, you do not have to do a thing. You can say the words again if you like. I am willing to change. I accept the best to happen. And deep breathing, naturally, in and out, allowing those hands to migrate to the front of your body where they will eventually connect in their own way. And once they connect, once the hands are touching, your subconscious will bring your hands into your body at a place that feels right for you. Allow them just to gently, naturally, automatically come into your body at wherever place they wish until your hands are touching your body. And just allow that feeling to permeate your body, permeate your skin, permeate deeper into your space. And you might feel like you're yawning. You might feel like to sigh. You feel like you might want to breathe in and out, take deeper breaths. That's all okay. And when you're ready, whenever you feel it's time, you can gently bring your hands together by your chest with your hands in what they call a prayer pose, and cross your ankles. How does that feel? It might have felt a little bit weird. Some people have said it feels like your head feels lighter. Whatever that feels, feel free to put anything in the comments if you feel like it. Into the chat. Now the next part is a deeper inactivation meditation. So what we've done with that one there is we have accessed a direct place in your subconscious brain, the CD library of the brain, where the 95% power holds the beliefs. So the really wonderful way is when you access that, you reset it. Then you can add on top with anything else, law of attraction, affirmations, vision boarding, and light, and actually it holds and it sticks better because you don't have such a tug of war happening. The subconscious mind starts to point in the same direction as your conscious mind. So instead of being at odds with each other, you switch the subconscious around, pointing in the same direction as your conscious mind is going. So you're 100% focused in one way, not in opposition. So we want lots of that. So this part now is actually whatever we need to do, what I'd love you to do is, out loud now, say to yourself, I am willing to change and I expect the best to happen. And just feel how that feels. Does it feel a little bit easier? Does it feel different? Does it feel like it's like, meh? Yeah, of course it is. Kind of like, yeah, I already knew that. Well, I know that now type of feeling. Right, so now we're going to activate this next bit of activate the part of our meditation, right? So it is a meditation, but there's an activation elements to it. It's like a guided visualization with meditation, with a little snippet of that we're own doing, like guided self-healing. It's potentially very potent, but gentle in the same way. So have a deep breath, have a bit of a stretch. Have a drink of water. After we've reset your subconscious mind to allow more and more optimism into your life, we're going to go into what I lovingly call the future focus. Not just future focus, but future focus meditation. So get yourself nice and comfy. Have a sip of water, like I said. Now we're going to take out our pen and paper. Okay, so grab your pen and paper or your pencil and paper. And take a nice deep breath in again through your nose. Open the belly and out through your mouth. We're deepening our connection to our subconscious, which is also known as your intuitive space, also known as your all-knowing mind. They're all one and the same, just different explanations for them. Take another deep breath in and out with your mouth. Really deepening now. Now with your pen and paper by your one side. Gently close your eyes just for a moment and just see or sense or feel your chest or your heart. You can close your eyes or you can have just eyes focusing down if you want to. But just see, sense or feel your heart space or your chest space. We're connecting to that brain, the heart brain. Just clearing a little bit of trepidation that someone is feeling about coming into their center and coming into their heart space, connecting to that heart knowledge. It's just going to clear that out of the way. And if you're feeling that you want to yawn, this is for you. If you feel like yawning or sighing, this is for you. Okay, it's better. Okay, so now we're connected to that all-knowing part of you. What's the first thing that comes into your mind? What's the first thing that comes up when I say, what is your first and strongest stress right now? What is your first and strongest stress or limit right now? And write that down. Quick as you like. Don't think about it. Just spread it out on the paper. What is your first and strongest stress or limit right now? And write that down. Okay, now underneath it, actually, first thing you just look at what you've written. and feel how you feel in your body. You might feel tight in a particular area or a few areas. That's okay. We're going to park that feeling, okay? Park the feeling. Now give it a good shake out. Shaky shake. Now, underneath that, maybe draw a line, and underneath the line, take a deep breath in, gently in and out, connecting with your heart space. See or sense or feel this heart space, if you haven't already. What is the first thing that you get when I say, what is your ultimate outcome? What is your happiest future? Okay, and jot that down. First thing that comes to your mind. Don't think about it, just write it down. What is your happiest future? Write it down, write it down, write it down. What's your ultimate outcome or happiest future? Write it down, write it down, write it down. Don't think, just write. Because when you just write, you're still communicating from your subconscious, right? You're not using your rational brain. You're coming from that deeper place. So just write it down. Whatever it comes out, put it down. Doesn't even have to make sense. Because it all will make sense. Okay, write it down, write it down, write it down. Ooh, some stuff's moving already. Okay. Tapping into your chest space again, one more time. See, sense, or feel that chest. You're safe, you're safe, you're safe to be connected to your heart. Yeah. What's the first thing that comes up when I say, what color is your happiest future? First thing that comes up. It could be a couple of colors, it could be rainbow colors, it could be one color, it could be a mix of three. Put those colors down on your paper. Directly under your happiest future piece of information. Red, green, blue, yellow, gold, whatever, silver, rainbow, fuchsia, emerald, whatever color it comes to you, write that down. Yeah. Everyone got it? Brilliant. Now, get the sense of that color. Kind of close your eyes and imagine that color. Yeah, imagine that color or a series of colors. Just kind of get an idea. Play with it, right? Because your subconscious actually works with your imagination works with your subconscious. So you're connecting these two elements, the two tools at your disposal right now. Very powerful combination. Now close your eye. Oh, actually, before you close your eyes, place your hands on your chest like that. You cross that one palm over the other palm and then place your thumb prints together. So just rest your hands, have your thumbs pressed together gently. Okay, so you're connecting. Now when you're ready, just cross your ankles, just like you do when you're relaxing. Now bring back that feeling of that strongest stress or limit. Okay. If you have trouble bringing the feeling back straight away, you can say that sentence out aloud. Yeah. Okay. Now what I ask you to do is close your eyes. Okay. And now gently remember the color that represents the happiest future. Notice there's no big details. You don't know the how. You don't know how you're going to get there. You don't know all the steps you're going to take to get there. You just have that feeling and the color. That's all you need right now. So bring back that feeling. of the happiest future and the color. Meld the two together of the happiest future. The color and the feeling and the color. And if you have trouble feeling the feeling, say that sentence you wrote down. And then imagine pairing it with that beautiful color or colors you created. Now, gently say to yourself, I bring my past to now and release it all. I bring my past to now and I release it all. And allow that beautiful color, the happiest future color, to start gently sprinkling down over your head. I bring my past into the now and I release it. And gently allow that beautiful color to rain all over you. And if you feel like yawning, that's okay. That's just some limitations. Leaving, yawning, burping, sighing, eyes and nose leaking. They're all releases that your body lets go of stuff that's been holding really tightly to. So your subconscious is deeply and naturally, automatically processing those limits that have been held by that strongest stress and limit. It's processing them and letting them all go out of the way. Just gently breathe and remember the color. And allow the color just keep raining down your body and feel the stuff, the limit stuff, the stress stuff fall away like mud or dirt or anything that's not pleasant, and it falls away from your body right now. As you bring the past into the future, from past into the now, and release it all. Now see yourself, just imagine yourself stepping right into that color as it turns into a bright, strong beam, like a spotlight on a stage. A big beam, circular, strong and wide. And you can see yourself stepping into the beam, letting it wash all over you, all through you, all the way up and all the way down, all the way in and all the way out. You say into yourself, I am willing to accept my happiest future. I am willing to accept my happiest future. I am willing to accept my happiest future. Gently allow that colour to come into your head. Allow it to migrate gently, very pleasantly into between your eyebrows. And come into the middle of your forehead. Clearing a path for the brightest future, more possibilities, other options, pivot opportunities, new directions from now on. for always coming. Now, when you're ready, take a giant deep breath in. Let your hands go. Bring your arms out wide so it extends your rib cage. In and out. Now, because we've been accessing the subconscious loves to know that change is pleasant, change is fun. So, whatever's right for you right now, how would you like to celebrate? Right? You could get up and have a dance. You could go and have a drink of water. You can just take a moment and pause and just think, just go through where you've been right now in the last 35 minutes. Anything that feels right to you to celebrate, do it. Nobody's watching. Do what you want to do. I'm going to do a dance because that's my celebration. And that it sends the message you're experiencing through the subconscious. This is a happy, pleasant, easy, just an optimistic thing to experience. Your brain makes that connection of change, brings this happy feeling or the pleasant feeling, the optimistic feeling, which means it'll make change easier and opening new doors to new things easier. It'll feel easier. It'll feel more natural. When the subconscious celebrates, you pair the two together, change and pleasantness. Right. So take another awesome deep breath, people. I hope this event, Zoom, has been extremely helpful for you. Like I said, you can revisit this anytime you like and go through it and use it for different things. As different stresses come up, use that. You can use that as a point. Write that part down. Have another big drink of water, and thank you very much for coming.